Okay, let's just jump right in. Because what we're talking about today is this incredible cheat code for life. Seriously, it's a powerful way of thinking that connects two things you probably never thought belonged together: building wealth really fast and living a much, much longer life. But let me just start by asking you this. What if you could literally buy back over a decade of your life? And I'm not talking about just any old years. I'm talking about years of pure freedom, the freedom to do exactly what you want whenever you want. Sounds a bit like science fiction, I know, but just stick with me here. Because this whole strategy, from the nitty-gritty financial maths to the biological hacks, it all boils down to one thing: mastering our most valuable, non-renewable asset. And that's time. It's about getting more of it and, crucially, having the health to actually enjoy it.
So to really get how this works, we first need to understand the pace of wealth. And we're going to start with a classic little mental math trick that, honestly, every single investor should have in their back pocket.
It's called the Rule of 72, and it is so, so simple. All you do is you take the number 72 and you divide it by your expected annual return. The number you get is roughly how many years it's going to take for your money to double. It's an absolutely fantastic shortcut. All right, so let's look at the traditional path, right? Let's say you invest in the S&P 500. Historically, you might get an average return of about 10% a year. So using our rule, 72 divided by 10, that's 7.2 years to double your money. Now, to get your investment to grow 8 times, you need it to double 3 times. Well, that comes out to about 21 years. And listen, 21 years to 8x your money, that's a solid outcome, don't get me wrong. But it's also, it's slow. That's 2 whole decades of your life just waiting for your wealth to build up. So the real question becomes, can we do better? Can we speed this whole thing up?
Oh yeah, we can. This is where the acceleration strategy comes in, where you actively start buying back your own time. And it means shifting our focus from just the broad market to, the real engines of modern growth. And this is where things get really exciting. Let's say instead you invest in those high-growth companies, the big tech platforms, and you aim for 20% annual return. Well, all of a sudden, 72 divided by 20 is just 3.6 years to double your money. So to get that same 8x return, it now only takes about 9 years.
Wow. I mean, when you see them side by side like this, the difference is just staggering, isn't it? 21 years versus just 9. You end up at the exact same financial destination, but you get there so, so much faster. And what's the result of all that speed? It's that number, 12. 12 years. You've effectively reclaimed 12 years from that slow, traditional grind. 12 years of freedom you just bought back. Incredible. But hold on, because that's only half of the cheat code. Getting rich fast is one thing, right? But having the health and the time to actually enjoy it, that's the other side of the coin. This is the longevity twist. I mean, it's a really serious question we all have to ask ourselves, right? What good is having all the money in the world at age 45 if your health is shot? The ultimate goal isn't just about your wealth span, it's about your health span. Now, the source material here points to a potential answer in a low-carb, high-fat diet, or LCHF. The whole idea is that by shifting your body's main fuel source from carbs over to fats, you're kind of tapping into how we evolved to eat. The theory is that this can seriously cut down on chronic inflammation and boost your metabolic health, 2 key things that drive aging, and basically help you preserve your body for way longer. And the potential here is a total game changer. Look, the goal isn't just about tacking on years to your life, maybe making it to 120. It's about extending your health span, keeping the energy and the vitality of a much younger person deep into those later decades. That just completely rewrites the script on what's possible in a single lifetime. So when you put these two things together, a long, healthy life and that accelerated wealth, your whole psychology just shifts. You stop panicking about every little dip in the market. Why would you? You've got decades ahead of you. You stop being impatient, and you start playing the long, long game. Time truly becomes your greatest ally. Okay, so how do we actually do this? How do we put it all together in a simple, stress-free strategy? Because the goal here is to capture that high growth without the headache of trying to pick individual winners and losers. And here is the key insight. It's so brilliant. You don't have to bet on which team is going to win the championship. Instead, you just own the entire stadium where all the games are being played. And in our economy today, the stadiums are those dominant tech platforms that we all use every single day. And that's exactly why an ETF,
that's an exchange-traded fund that focuses on these platform companies, is just so powerful. It's basically one investment that holds a basket of all those stadium stocks, so you own a piece of the whole game. And the best part? It automatically rebalances for you. It sells the high flyers, buys the laggards, and keeps you perfectly positioned. It's a totally hands-off approach that's perfect for a long-term plan. So it all just boils down to this really simple 3-step master plan. Step 1, invest in the stadiums of the economy with a platform ETF. Step 2, eat in a way that's going to maximize your health for the long, long run. And step 3, just relax and let your two greatest assets, your wealth and your health, compound side by side. And that really brings us to the final thought, doesn't it? If you could successfully buy back a decade of your working life and then add decades of healthy, vibrant years on the other end, what would you actually do with all that extra time? What becomes possible when you have both the money and the health to go after whatever you want?